Contrary to the name, a complex is fairly simple. It's a series of exercises performed in succession using one piece of equipment without putting the tool down the entire time until all exercises have been completed. Today I'm going to show you 3 full body complexes using the dumbbell, kettlebell, and sandbag to help you get stronger and leaner. Be sure to stick around till the end of the video as well, because I'm also going to show you some program design strategies so you know how to write your own complexes and implement them into your workout. Let's get it. So this one here, we need 1 dumbbell. I call it the hateful 8 because we're doing 3 different exercises all on one side, but 8 repetitions on each exercise. We're gonna start off doing a single leg bent over row. So what that means is I'm gonna basically have the dumbbell in my right hand. I'm gonna be balancing on my left leg. I'm gonna reach out to the side with my left arm to counterbalance. I'm gonna hinge forward until I'm about a parallel with the floor with my torso. I'm basically trying to make a footprint on the wall behind me. Once I'm in this position here, I'm gonna roll the dumbbell up to my hip, bring it back down. Roll it up to my hip, bring it back down with good control. I'm thinking steady balance here. I'm gonna feel it a lot in the back of my hamstrings and my glute on that stabilizing leg. Notice that's really challenging my balance and coordination. And what that does is it's isometrically loading my lower body. So when I'm done my 8th rep on that row, my hamstring and my glute is already fired up. I go into some single leg RDLs on that same side, which overloads the movement because I was pre-exhausting it on that previous exercise. Again, I go for 8 reps, hinging forward, trying to reach down, touch the inside of that foot with the dumbbell, reaching back, trying to touch the wall behind me with that back leg. After I'm done 8 reps there, I'm gonna bring the dumbbell up to my shoulder. I'm gonna lunge back with my right leg, press up to the sky with my right arm, bring it back down. 8 reps. Driving through that heel on that front foot, bring my bicep to the ear as I drive the dumbbell up to the ceiling. This one here is with a sandbag. The variability of the weight challenges your core and your stability a little bit more. And the dynamic kind of nature of this piece of equipment allows you to do a little bit more complex exercises. So we're gonna take the sandbag here. We've got 2 movements. We have a lateral lunge to a clean. So basically holding it on the inside handles here. I've got the ultimate sandbag here, but any sandbag we have access to will do. You're gonna go lunge to the side, reaching to the floor. You're gonna drive through that heel. As I come up to the lunge, I'm gonna do a clean in front of the chest. So again, I'm here, lunge to the side, drive to the heel, fast elbows. Up, fast elbows, down to the side, drive to the heel, fast elbows. I'm gonna go about 3 to 5 each side. After I've done both sides, I'm gonna do a rotational lunge to a halo. So I'm gonna lunge backwards. As I lunge backwards with my right leg, I'm gonna rotate out to my left, up around like a halo, switch sides. Round like a halo, switch sides. Very complex movement, really challenges your coordination, and you're working multiple planes of movement. Here I'm challenging my lower body and my upper body in one smooth movement. Here, I'm gonna go anywhere between 6 to 8 reps per side. This complex, we're gonna need 1 kettlebell. I call it the 5, 6, 7, 8 complex because we have 4 exercises that we're gonna perform. 5 reps of the first one, 6, 7, and then 8 reps to finish off with the last exercise. We're gonna start off this complex. It's a one-sided complex, meaning all exercises are unilateral. We're gonna start it off with a 1-arm swing. To get set up for the swing, I like standing directly over the kettlebell, taking 1 wide step back, another wide step back. That's gonna create a triangle or a tripod, if you will, so between your feet and the kettlebell. From here, I'm gonna reach, hold the kettlebell with 1 arm, cock it back on its edge. I'm gonna swing my arm back aggressively, allow my forearm to hit my hip, and use my hip to propel the kettlebell up. I'm gonna go for 5 swings, using my glutes and my hips to bring it up. On that 5th one, I'm gonna rack it, bring my feet about hip width apart, reach out to counterbalance. I'm gonna do a single arm push press. I'm gonna dip, drive the kettlebell up straight, bring it back down, dip, drive it up straight. I'm using that momentum and that drive from my lower body to help bring that kettlebell up to the sky. And again, I'm doing 6 reps here After that 6th rep, I'm gonna bring the kettlebell down to my side. Keep on holding that arm out to counterbalance. I'm gonna do a single leg RDL. Bring my feet back to a reverse lunge. That's 1. I'm gonna go for 7 reps here. Trying to reach, touch wall behind me with that back foot. Come back up. Really great movement. Really challenges the lower body. We're gonna go for 7 reps. After the 7th rep, I'm gonna do a single arm gorilla row. So I'm gonna have the kettlebell on the floor, reaching kind of on the inside, pull to the hip, back down all the way. Pull to the hip, back down all the way. I'm thinking using my lats, so I like pretending that my hand is a hook, and I'm pulling the weight up with my elbow to really engage that lat or the back muscles, and we're going for 8 reps here. Now, when it comes to writing your own complex or for your own workout, there are a few things that you want to consider. The first thing is to scale the loading to the weakest movement in the complex. What I mean by that is you're using the same weight for all exercises in the complex, so you want to make sure that the weight that you're using challenges you for all movements. So for example, you could squat hopefully a lot more than you could bicep curl, so it doesn't really make sense to pair like a back squat with a bicep curl in the same complex because the weight that you're using for each one is so drastically different. So make sure that you're scaling the loading to the weakest movement in the complex since you're using the same weight for all the movements. You can use the complex either as a warm-up to your main workout, or you could use it as your main workout altogether to save yourself some time. You always want to perform the explosive movement first in the complex. That includes like kettlebell swings, hang snatches, barbell cleans, whichever movement is explosive, you want to do that first in the complex because it's the most taxing on your body and your nervous system. So you want to get the explosive movement out of the way at the beginning when you're freshest, followed by the other exercises. Since complexes are such a valuable tool to save yourself some time, it's advisable to use compound or full body movements or multi-joint exercises within the complex and try to stay away from more isolated exercises. So when it comes to understanding how long you should be resting between sets of your complexes, you can simply time how long it takes to complete your set and use that as guidance for how long you could be resting. So for example, let's say you perform a complex, it takes you 60 seconds to complete. You can either use a 1-to-1 ratio for more advanced athletes, so meaning that if it takes you 60 seconds to complete, you would rest 60 seconds between sets. You could use a 1-to-1.5 ratio for more intermediate, meaning that if it takes you 60 seconds to complete a complex, you would be resting 90 seconds. Or for beginners who need a little bit longer rest between sets, you would use a 1-to-2 ratio, meaning if it takes you 60 seconds to complete the complex, you'll be resting for 2 minutes. Give these a shot. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.